Welcome to Seize the Mains by Malhotra's IS Academy. I'm Surbhi Sirdana and this is Season 3 of our Daily Answer Writing Initiative. This initiative runs in coordination with our website, which is rajisacademy.com. On the website, in the Mains Answer Writing section, all the Seize the Mains questions with model answer have been updated. Today's question also has been updated on the website. Visit it and try to write your own answer for practicing for UPSC Civil Services Mains exam. In the comment section under every question, you will see the space where you can start the discussion. You can reply to answers of other students. You can comment with your own answers, whether in the form of a picture or in typed format. So how this goes is that our team evaluates your answers in the next 48 hours, and in the comment section, they respond back with their feedback on how to improve, feedback on how to score more marks, feedback on what are the areas where you need to work upon and which are the areas where you already have your strengths developed. So join this initiative, use this initiative to your utmost advantage. For today, let's begin. Let's see what is the topic. It is India-Nepal relations. India-Nepal relations, there has been a change of government in Nepal. So India-Nepal relations, some articles have been appearing in the newspapers regarding how India should move ahead regarding its relationship with Nepal. So straining of relationship of Nepal and India has happened in the previous few years, but definitely there are many good points also to focus upon. And definitely when UPSC will ask you, they'll either ask you areas of tensions. Secondly, they'll ask you the importance of relations of India and Nepal. Most probably from India's perspective. So we have amalgamated both the parts of the question, and we have created one question for you so that you cover the entire topic as well. So yes, outline the importance of India-Nepal bilateral relations. What are the major areas of tension between both the countries? See, look at the first part of the question. They ask you outline the importance of India-Nepal bilateral relations. So here the importance is not with regards to just India or just Nepal. You have to talk about it generally, why India is important for Nepal or why Nepal is important for India. So we'll be covering both sides of it. We've given you the answer in point format, as you will see in the slides ahead. But definitely you can take the body paragraph approach also. Second is, what are the major areas of tension between both the countries? दोनों countries में tensions क्यों हैं? So one area of tension is the border dispute. So whenever you're talking about border disputes, especially whenever you're addressing any answers in geography and in international relations, use diagrams and maps. Maps are very important there. So whenever you talk about tensions here, make sure that you have this India-Nepal map, at least this border area handy, and you mark some areas which are of interest to us, which are disputed or which are of interest to us. You could talk about the dams that India has been building. So have these maps handy, especially for international relations answers, and draw them in your exam. Also, the next thing you should focus upon in your IR answers is use of flowcharts. Use a definite, circular flowchart like this or a diagram like this, and write down India-Nepal relations and what are the areas where we cooperate, what are the areas where India-Nepal relation is based upon, or where these two countries cooperate, and talk about 1, 2, 3 economic, geopolitical, anything that can happen. So that gives a boost to your score, especially in IR answers. So these are the two ways I can suggest you here. Also focus on the word limit. Word limit is just 150 words, but this answer has two parts to it. The importance part is also going to be very long, and the major areas of tension are going to be very long. So this model answer is not going to be of 150 words only, because we intend to provide you relevant content as well. It's going to be longer, but definitely you can, you should paraphrase it and bring out your own creativity when you send your answers to us in 150 words only. So talking about introduction, talk about India-Nepal relations generally, talk about the treaty that rules or that governs India-Nepal relations, or that guides that sets the vision for India-Nepal relations. Talk about the geographical boundary of India and Nepal. So these 2-3 areas you can focus upon in the introduction lines itself. Keep your introduction 2 to 3 lines long, not more than that, because 150 words answer, again a reminder. So as close neighbors, India and Nepal share unique ties of friendship and cooperation, characterized by an open border and deep-rooted people-to-people contacts of kinship and culture. So this is a direct statement from MEA, Ministry of External Affairs website. There's a PDF lying there regarding India-Nepal relations. So definitely a lot of students would be using this. I recommend that you paraphrase this, because if you're writing mains with other students together, a lot of students would be starting with this line exactly. So add some creativity to it, paraphrase it, and then use this line. Then there has been a long tradition of free movement of people across the border. That is something we know. We have porous border with Nepal. Nepal shares a border of over 1850 km with 5 Indian states: Sikkim, West Bengal, Bihar, UP and Uttarakhand. The India-Nepal Treaty of Peace and Friendship of 1950. This is the treaty that forms the bedrock of the special relations that exist between India and Nepal. So this is the treaty that forms the baseline. Then this is the map, as we discussed, that this is the map that that has to be represented there. Body paragraph 1, here we'll talk about India-Nepal relations. So first 3 points would be with regards to Nepal. What is the importance of these relations for Nepal? So first of all, Nepalese citizens avail facilities and opportunities on par with Indian citizens in accordance with the provisions of the treaty. Nearly 8 billion Nepalese citizens live and work in India. So yes, this is where the content of this point lies. That is what you can do, that employment generation in Nepal. A lot of Nepalese citizens, they work here and they are employed here. Then secondly, the geography part. Now Nepal is landlocked. It does not have any connection with oceans or sea routes. So definitely it heavily relies on India for the transportation of goods and services. Nepal's access to the sea is through India, and India does not even charge them for that. And it imports predominant proportion of its requirements from and through India. Thirdly, India is Nepal's largest trade partner there and the largest source of foreign investments. We see India keeps on building so many hydroelectric power projects there in Nepal at very low cost, and the electricity that is produced by these hydroelectric power projects, India buys that electricity. So basically infrastructure gets a boost there, employment gets a boost there, and in the long run a lot of financial boost can be seen in Nepal's economy. So besides providing transit for almost the entire third country trade of Nepal. Then from fourth point onwards, we'll talk with respect to India. India is the foremost development partner of Nepal, and this is one of the fundamental pillars of century-old ties. The development cooperation covers various sectors: road, rail, health, education, power, which not only aim to improve infrastructure and cross-border connectivity between the neighbors, but also serve to make the ties even more people-centric. Now moving on, Nepal is strategically important for India. Why is it important? For our national security, as Nepal is right in the middle of India's Himalayan frontiers, and along with Bhutan, it acts as a buffer or northern borderland flanks, and it acts as a buffer state against any possible aggression from China. So basically it is our buffer state against China. Then rivers originating in Nepal, we are the lower riparian state for all the rivers that originate in Nepal, and many of the rivers which originate in Nepal, they lead to floods in areas of Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and West Bengal. So yes, having close ties, having good ties with Nepal, having water treaty or water sharing agreements, that is of prime importance to us, and these agreements can only be successful if we have good relationship with Nepal. So rivers originating in Nepal feed the perennial river system of India in terms of ecology and hydropower potential also. Then you have, cultural ties are there. Many Hindu and Buddhist religious sites are in Nepal, making it an important pilgrim site for a large number of Indians. So that is, that is a very soft point. Keep it towards the end. Talk about strategic and economic points towards the, beginning of your answers or beginning of any part of your answer. Then in the body paragraph 2, we'll talk about areas of dispute. We'll just, the entire answer is on the website. We'll just give a quick review. The first one is territorial disputes. In 2020, Nepal published a new political map, and in that political map, it marked some areas which India thought that which India considers its own. These areas were seen marked as Nepal's territory in the updated Nepal's maps of 2020. So these were Limpiadhura, Kalapani, Lipu Lake, and the area of Susta in West Champaran area of Bihar. So these were marked as parts of Nepal. These boundaries, they were earlier fixed by Britishers in 1816. 98% of the boundary was, very much fine and error free, but there is 2% of this boundary dispute that is remaining, and that has been, area of tension between both the countries, because there for the Nepalese government, the citizens are protesting and they feel that India is trying to dominate us. So the government has to respond back to their citizens. They have to prove and justify that Nepal is independent. And on Indian side also, we can't be straining ties with Nepal, because and also we can't be losing out on our land or areas of interest. Then there are issues with the peace and friendship treaty itself that we talked about in the introduction. There are issues with that treaty and that has not been updated. Then the third one, and very important here, you can also use this as your second point or third point as you feel justified. The demonetization irritant. Indian rupee serves as a major currency or serves as a strong currency in countries like Nepal and Bhutan. So when demonetization occurred, yes, as Indian citizens, we were able to return back our notes. We were able to get back currency. But as of now, Nepal's Reserve Bank, Nepal Central Bank, holds a lot of rupees and these have not been settled. These bills have not been settled. Eminent person group has not helped in securing a better image in Nepal. Then you have China's intervention. China obviously needs Nepal for its Belt and Road Initiative. Again, a geopolitical issue. Keep it highlighted, underline the keywords here, use a flowchart to talk about all the areas of tension. So in geopolitical tensions, yes, first one could be your boundary dispute. The second one is your China's intervention for Belt and Road Initiative. China sees Nepal as an important partner. So Nepal has basically drifted away from having good relations with India. First of all, whatever infrastructure projects we were delivering, they were kind of delayed. So Nepal saw China as an important partner, and China values Nepal as Nepal serves as a buffer state between India and China. Then you have the issue of internal security, because we have porous borders, a lot of smuggling, arms smuggling, human trafficking that occurs across borders. So that is an area of tension. Fake Indian currency, that also occurs there. So whenever you're talking about borders with Nepal and Pakistan and Bangladesh, fake Indian currency, all borders in northeast India also. So fake Indian currency is a basic issue there. It is a very important issue. Smuggling, arms trading, illegal arms trading, and human trafficking, cattle trafficking, and fake Indian currency. Talk about these issues. Then there is lack of trust and ethnic differences. Obviously, infrastructure projects were not delivered on time, so there is anti-India feeling among certain ethnic groups in Nepal. Indian reputation for delaying implementation of various projects, that has deteriorated. So gaining trust back, that is an issue. Obviously, since monarchy is nowhere, monarchy is not there in Nepal now. The government is in power and the government keeps on changing. So we'll have to maintain a balanced relationship with Nepal, keeping in mind what are the interests of the government and Nepalese citizens, and also the basic aim of your foreign policy, the basic aim of having good relations with others is to serve your own citizens. So everything needs to be balanced out there, keeping all these challenges in mind. So in the conclusion, obviously, we've talked about challenges, you've talked about importances. So what is left? What is left is a way forward. Way forward, how you can, dictate. Just emphasize that Nepal is important for India. India-Nepal relations are important for us to live peacefully. And again, you can quote that line that, you cannot change your neighbors. You can change your friends, but not neighbors. Or, India's foreign policy or big brother attitude. Use some terms in your IR answers. Have some terms handmade, which you note down from editorials or from any IR notes for GS classes if you've taken. Definitely keep those terms for your conclusion in IR answers. IR answers, international relations answers they're a point where you can gain a lot of brownie points, keeping in mind how much you update yourself or how smartly you put your content out there. So irrespective of diplomatic, high and low, India and Nepal should give top priority to speed up the development projects which can contribute to maintain cordial ties between two countries. So development projects, that is somewhere. Talk about some recent hydroelectric power plants in news, hydroelectric power projects in news that India is, with the help of private companies, developing in Nepal. Definitely that would give you a boost. Talk about real things, real examples. Then no matter which government comes to power in Kathmandu, the bilateral ties between Nepal and India need to remain strong due to the cultural, economic and social proximity between the two countries. So that is where you can end. This is your, a very balanced way forward. If you think of a solution, since this is a very generalized question, all tensions were asked. For example, had this question been with regards to geopolitical tensions only, then you could have given a very tailor-made solution for resolving geopolitical tensions, that how does Lipu Lake need to be solved, how does Kalapani dispute need to be solved. But since this was asking about general tension, major or general areas of tension between both the countries, so that's why we've given a very generalistic or general way forward. And there is also one solution that we've given from our side, that infrastructure needs to be focused upon, so that Nepal is not very much inclined towards China, because that is where our problem lies. You know, presence of an enemy nation, presence of a nation in power in Nepal, which is not working in the interest of India. So this is your full answer for the day. It has been updated on our website rajayesacademy.com. Click on the link in the description, visit our website, visit the mains answer writing section. And you know, I understand there is a lot of anxiety prevailing because prelims is approaching, the year is changing. So you must be, you know, running after your prelims preparation, after, you know, finishing current affairs, covering GS papers, everything. So if you're somebody who's taking prelims this year, even if you cannot write answers, I suggest that at least watch the video, take some insights, scribble it, have an answer writing notebook with you. Do not write on sheets. Keep an answer writing notebook, just like you keep a test copy for your prelims test papers. So in that answer writing notebook, at least note down the keywords, at least note down the insights you get through these videos. Also, go to the website, read out the entire topic daily. It will add to your knowledge and it will also help you retain better. And simultaneously, you will be preparing for mains also, and you will be, you know, just a few minutes daily preparation or daily contribution towards this initiative that can help you gain immense confidence for prelims as well. So definitely wishing you all the best. All our best wishes are with you. Work hard and, you know, make this journey a success for yourself. I'll see you tomorrow with another discussion of Seize the Mains at 9 p.m. on Malhotra IAS. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet. See you.